welcome to virtual worship this morning at United Church University Place. You may have noticed that I am not Kathy Law, much to no one's surprise. She is still on her well-deserved renewal leave for the month of October. My name is Chris Berry, for those who aren't ridiculously familiar with me. I am, full disclosure, not a pastor, not seminary trained, so this will be an interesting ride. I'm a social worker, therapist. That's the lens you get this through. I promise not to analyze anybody. I'm off the clock today. But regardless of my bona fides or not, we still remain this wonderful community. So before we get started, a few reminders. If you've got a candle, please find it. We'll be lighting those shortly. If you have prayers to share with the community, please put them in the chat along with announcements, and we will review those once we have reached the end of the service and stopped recording. As it said in the intro, Kathy will be back on November 7th when we will be looking at, hopefully pandemic allowing, coming back to hybrid service. But as it is such a pleasure to join you all here on Zoom today. And despite all the changes, there are some things that stay the same, including the fact that God is love all the time. And all the time, God is love. It's interesting to see people mouth that along on screen while muted. And the reminder that whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. You are beloved here. You belong here. So thank you for joining us this morning. And now, if you would, we'll join Stuart for our land acknowledgement and candle lighting. And Stuart, I'll ask you to unmute yourself as we get going.
There. Again, good morning, all. As we gather for worship, let us remember indigenous people who traveled and stewarded the lands upon which we live and play, work, and worship. And now at this time, if you would join me with your candles, let us light them to bring the light of Christ into our worship areas. Well, bummer, that went out. Join us now in the call to worship. Chris, will we read the light print and join me with the dark print?
We come to you, O God, to thank you for what is good.
We come to you, O God, to cry out for what is wrong.
We come to you, O God, to ask for help and restoration.
We come to you, O God, with aching hearts and glad souls.
Let us worship God.
Please join me in our opening unison prayer. All-encompassing God, you who holds multitudes, who molded the vast diversity of humanity in your image, who created and loves both the lion and the lamb, the rock and the tree, the star and the quark, help us to navigate our small sliver of your creation. We get so caught up in our own story, our own perspective, our own pain, joy, guilt, love, that we forget that there is more. Be with us as we seek greater understanding and remind us that there is more to the story and to us than we can see in the moment. Amen. Before we move into our opening hymn, let me share a few words with you. The prayer hymn, Healer of Our Every Ill, reminds us that God is our healer, the one who holds